Yo, what is going on, everybody? That is right. It is your boy RB back with another one. Welcome on in to Philly Take with RB here on a Sunday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. on the East Coast. And we're going to hang, man. We're going to talk some Philadelphia 76ers. We're going to talk some free agency, which does begin tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm hoping something huge happens. I'm hoping that we get more information, we make more progress towards something huge in the near future, because let me tell you something, the pressure is mounting, ladies and gentlemen. The pressure is mounting. But hey, shout out to everybody in here. We got 40 in here, guys. Hit the like if you're enjoying the content, man. Subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell if you have not yet. Check out the first ever merch, baby. Check out the merch. Look at that. Shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases, masks, stickers, anything you want, man. We got the Yes Sir shirt on today. I'm loving the merch, man. Go cop some merch, and let me know if you do. Let me know if you do. I'll shout you guys out. Shout out to the Fire Take members. You guys are always holding it down. Hope everybody's doing well. We're gonna take a little look into the Sixers cap situation today, and we're gonna look at some potential free agents. Once again, free agency does start tomorrow, guys. And I just cannot wait. But before we get right into it, let's go ahead and say what's up to some people in the chat. Let's say what's up to some people. Shifty, what's going on? Ishan Zahib, what's up? Great channel member. People are proposing their Ben Simmons trades. Trade Ben for popcorn and chips. Trade Ben for a bottle of Pepsi and Dasani. Clinton, what's up? Song, what's up? Andrea, what's good? Big MGM, trade Ben for a jam Nerf gun. Philly the podcast. What up, my guy? Shout out to Philly. If you guys are not subbed to Philly the podcast, go sub them up, man. Shout out to my guy. Ryan, what's up? Shifty, Kane, Meek, Process, Chiquita, Eli. Shout out to all the people in the chat, man. Brian, what's good? Big MGM, one of the few Philly fans I enjoy listening to. Hey, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. And, your guys' support, your continued, love on the channel makes me keep going, man. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. Let me know if you guys have been enjoying the style of content here. We're going to keep doing the Sixers all year long. We're going to incorporate some Eagles stuff. I was thinking about even doing a potential Phillies play-by-play one day, but the Phillies stink, man. They're winning right now. I got them on the TV, but they've been pissing me off, man. They've been pissing me off. Mikey, my guy, channel member, coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mikey. Very much appreciated, man. Says, my brother, how's it going? Loving the content. It's going good, man. It's going good. It's a, cloudy day today. Figured I'd come on here, talk, have some fun with the viewers, man. But Mikey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you've been enjoying the content, bro. And thank you for being a great channel member. Thank you for being a great channel member. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Philly girl, what's good? Another great channel member. What up? What up? Walter, what's up, man? Grinding, what's up? Oscar, what's up? Would I like Carmelo Anthony to the Sixers? I would, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that happens unless somehow we pull something out of the bag. But Sixers fan, what's up? Hooper, what's up, man? Love seeing the league landscape change. I hear you. Bill SG, what up? Jonah, what up? JC, what's up, man? What's up? Charles, what's up, man? King, what's up? Ryan, what's up? Martin, what's up? Yeah, guys, like my guy Hooper said, everybody drop a like on the stream. We're about to get into this, man. I'm excited. I am excited. Let me tell you guys something, man. The draft is fun. It's special. Everything. There's a lot of special days throughout the year. I don't know if there's as any day that I'm as excited like tomorrow, because obviously we know, right? Teams have been talking to players. They're not supposed to, but they come out here and they talk behind the scenes, and there's already guys that are agreed to deals. And it's like waking up on Christmas morning and at, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Hold up. Let me show you guys this real quick. Just so you guys have the information here. Let me show you this. There we go. So as you guys can see right here, can you guys see this? Free agency begins tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Signings can become official on Friday, August 6th at 12:01 p.m. So tomorrow is when free agency begins, but later this week on Friday is when teams can actually agree to the deals once the new league year starts. But like I said, teams are already talking to players, right? They're already in agreement on deals. And tomorrow at 6 p.m., I love it every single year. We get like a million Woj tweets in the matter of like 10 minutes. This guy going here, this unexpected signing happening here, this guy, and you're just like, everything goes overwhelmed. You're sitting back, and it's fun. It's so fun. Like, you're refreshing Twitter every 2 seconds. Oh man. I love it, man. I love getting that Woj bomb. And I remember last year we were quiet for a couple hours and we were like, what is going on here? And then Dwight Howard signed for the minimum vet. I can't wait, man. I love the first day of free agency. I love it. But anyway, tomorrow, 6 p.m. is when it will start. You're going to hear like a bunch of signings come out at like 6:02 p.m. Teams have already discussed and stuff. And the salary cap projection is supposed to be at $112.4 million, increase of $3 million, and the luxury tax is about $136.6. We're going to talk about that a little bit in the Sixers cap situation, but just wanted to throw that out there so you guys know. Thoughts on Philly keeping the NO pick and who they drafted? Are you talking about which pick are we talking about? The number 28? In terms of the draft, guys, I really feel like we just drafted a couple players. But when you looked at Daryl Morey's press conference, and if you went and listened to that or listened to my recap video a couple days ago, I really don't feel like they have any immediate impact. And I'm having a dilemma, guys. I need your help. I need you to throw your thoughts in the chat, because one half of me still has this urgent belief that Daryl Morey has a plan up his sleeve. He's about to make something happen, right? But we're going to need some help. And let me tell you this. This is my overarching statement of the day today. If you've come in the stream and you're going to leave, or you're coming here and you're staying the entire time because you're a real one, take this one thing away from today. If you don't take anything else, take this away. We need to hope and pray, guys, that the Portland Trail Blazers swing and a miss, strike out in free agency. We need to hope that the Washington Wizards swing and a miss, strike out in free agency, okay? The Portland Trail Blazers and the Washington Wizards, you all need to do a prayer and hope that they get absolutely nobody, okay? You need to hope that they get nobody in free agency, because if that happens, then it's likely for us to hear Damian Lillard, well, I gave you guys a chance. You didn't get me anything. Bradley Beal. Do you really believe that Bradley Beal thinks that Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma, and Montrezl Harrell is going to lead him to a championship? No. Okay? So we have to hope and pray that the Blazers and the Wizards strike out. If that happens, we are in good shape if they request a trade. But let me tell you something. Back to what I was saying about Daryl Morey. Part of me still believes that he's going to be the same Daryl Morey he's been for however long with the Rockets, every offseason making a huge splash. But at the end of the day, I'm starting to have this other side where I'm like, does Daryl Morey know what he's doing right now? Are we waiting too long to go out here and do something? I'm hoping that this free agency, we pick up a couple vets and we really position ourselves to make a splash. I really just can't believe that Daryl Morey, deep inside, after watching what happened, knowing he's pretty much a fan of the game as well, is just going to say, all right, let's run this back. I just can't. It's hard for me to believe that. But then again, with what I'm seeing, it's like, why are we so patient, man? And patience is an interesting thing, because, of course, you have to be patient. And I know what he's doing. He's waiting. He doesn't want to make a Ben deal right now for Buddy Hield, and then Damian Lillard, requests out in a month. And he's like, damn, I should have waited. That's what he's doing. He's trying to wait for the right opportunity. But I'm just worried, if the opportunity doesn't come, then what do we do? Do we settle for less, or do we bring Ben back? I don't know, man. There's just so much going on. And this week is going to tell a lot. Like I said, guys, hope and pray that the Wizards and the Blazers get nobody at all. That's what we need to hope for. My guy Seth, great channel member. What's up, my man? Coming in with the $5 donation. Thank you so much, man. What up, RB? Sorry I'm late. Had work today. Good to see you streaming. It's Dame time, baby. Seth, what's going on, man? Hope you had a great day, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everybody in here, man. We got 96 up in the chat. Thank you guys for being here, man. Seth, it's Dame time, man. We have to hope he requests out. That's what I'm saying, man. We have to hope that the Blazers do absolutely nothing. Because for some reason, guys like Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal keep giving their franchises a chance, even when their history has shown they're not going to do anything for them. So I'm just hoping that they strike out and they're unhappy. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see, man. You know what time it is, Seth? If Dame comes here, it's Dame time, baby. It's Dame time. If Damian Lillard comes to Philly, I might even buy like 2 jerseys to give away, to be honest. I might. And shout out to Aaron, man, coming in with a $5 donation. Thank you again, Seth. Aaron says, if Dame and Beal are a no-go, I wouldn't mind Ben for CJ straight up. Aaron, thank you for the super chat, man. Another great channel member. Look, Aaron, I hear you. If that's what it comes down to, just say, for some odd reason, if Bradley Beal says, all right, we're going to run it with Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyle Kuzma, and Damian Lillard says, all right, we're going to run it with whoever else we bring in. If that happens, I do think there's a decision to be made there. Do we go and settle for less and get CJ McCollum or Buddy Hield, or do we go ahead and keep Ben and try to up his value? I don't know how great that's going to work, but it's all about the timing, man. And Daryl Morey has made late splashes before in offseason, so I'm not as worried. But I just can't believe that he's going to sit here and run this back. And, you know, some people commented on my video the other day, oh, well, Philly fans are just being impatient. Philly fans are just self-serving. They're so entitled. No, you don't get it, okay? Joel Embiid does not have time for us to sit here and lollygag for 3 more years and say, well, whip-de-doo, Ben Simmons will shoot by the time he's 29. No, we don't have time for that. We don't. So if a move like a Damian Lillard or a Bradley Beal are there, you got to jump on it, man. And just say one of those do become available, Daryl Morey better not hesitate. I don't care what you have to throw in. If we're going to miss out on a deal like that because we don't want to include Tyrese Maxey, look, you got to throw what it takes to get it done, okay? Because the worst thing would be, you know, seeing Damian Lillard go to the Knicks or Bradley go to the Celtics. That would hurt even more. So we got to get something done, man. We have to get something done. But there's other players that we can get done. It just depends on the value and the timing of it, to be honest. We got to win, though. We got to win right now. Shout out to Seth coming in with another $2 donation. Thank you so much, Seth. Says CJ doesn't put us over the top. And I hear you. There's some players that I think would provide value, but at the same time, do they really make us a championship contender? I don't know. And we're going to talk about the cap in a second, but let me tell you guys something. Right now, we are restricted heavily in terms of the cap. We are restricted heavily, so something has to give. Something has to bite. And all I'm hoping for is that, I'm telling you guys, we have to bank on one of these players requesting out, one of these huge players, and Daryl Morey has to get it done. I will repeat what I said on the first day of free agency, and I have said this multiple times. If we end up doing nothing and we run this back, it is a monumental failure on this organization. And, you know, I just don't see the Philly fans really being too happy if that happens. So that's just kind of how I'm feeling about it. But we do have to build out the roster, you know. There's a lot, but I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm so anxious, man, because I love the first day of free agency. I love, you know, us coming in here and just at 6 p.m. you're going to hear all these different signings. I can't wait. Woj is going to be typing like this. You know, he's going to have the 5 keyboards set up. He's going to be going nuts. He's going to be on ESPN at the same time, you know, talking. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. But thank you guys so much for the support, man. All right, let's get into this. Let's put this back up on the screen. And if you guys are in here, man, we got 120 in here, guys. Hit the like, subscribe, ring the bell. We're gonna be covering the entire week of free agency, so you don't want to miss it, man. You want to get those notifications right away. Shifty says, "Are you streaming free agency?" I don't know. Should I stream it? Let me know down below. I'm definitely going to be making videos if we sign players, but let me know if I should stream it. Let me know. All right. let's talk about this. So we go back to this. If you guys are just coming in here one more time, the free agency is starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Players have already been talking with teams, but when it comes down to it, some guys have already agreed to deals. They're just not allowed to legally say that, or it's tampering. But players, you're going to hear a lot of signings tomorrow, and it's going to be absolutely insane. And right now, the salary cap for the 2021 season is at $112 million, and the luxury tax threshold is at $136.6 million. You know, we're not going to go into that luxury tax because our owners are cheap and they don't want to pay it. Seth with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, Seth. I really appreciate it, man. It says, would rather Lowry over CJ, and I'm not big on Lowry. Well, here's what I have to say real quick about this whole Kyle Lowry thing, right? It's going to be hard for us to get him as it is, right? Other teams are making space to go out and try to sign him or do a sign and trade. And, you know, if it comes down to it, either one of those players would make us a good team. But we need a point guard, man. We need a guy who's going to, you know, run the floor. We can talk about Tyrese Maxey. He's making big strides. I think he's going to have a huge season if he is here in Philly or wherever he is. But at the end of the day, Tyrese Maxey isn't ready to win a championship next year as a starting point guard. Maybe as a third or fourth option, but we need a pure point, a guy with experience, a guy who's going to run the floor. And, you know, people are saying, oh, I'm not going to sign Kyle Lowry for $25 million. He's too old. I understand the words, right? I understand the complaints and all this and that. At the end of the day, if Kyle Lowry is there and you can go out and get him, sometimes you got to pay. You know, you got to pay for some value, right? Would I do a sign and trade and send Ben Simmons to the Raptors? No, I would not do that. I don't want to send Ben to the Raptors. But in terms of Kyle Lowry, if we can get him or sign him outright, if there's a way, you know, I'm willing to pay the bargain. I'm willing to pay more to get a point guard with experience. And last year, a lot of us Sixers fans said that we would not pay Chris Paul to come in here. You know, look how that worked out. The Milwaukee Bucks traded for Drew Holiday. Look how that worked out. You need a point guard. We haven't had one since 2013, a solid point guard, and it's time for us to get something done. So that's how I'm feeling. I see someone talking about D'Angelo Russell. I would love D'Lo on this team. People think he dropped off for some reason. D'Lo would be a great addition. I thought the Timberwolves would be heavily interested in Ben because they were reported to be, but that's kind of dropped off, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. But we definitely need a point guard, guys. There's no more ifs, ands, or buts. We need one, and we need one bad. But anyway, let's go ahead and get we're going to be above the cap, guys, and we are going to be below the luxury tax threshold. I can assure you that because our owners are cheap. We will never go above the luxury tax, which is at 136.6, like I had said. So we're going to be in line for the non-taxpayer standard mid-level exception, guys. So this year it's expected to be $9.5 million. You can see right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me know if you can or not. But we're going to have the mid-level exception to try to, you know, come out and sign some people. The biannual exception you can use every 2 years. We're going to have that as well. So these are going to help, you know, sign some of these bench players and role players. But here's where the issue comes in, guys. And obviously we don't want to go over the tax apron, which I think is at 143 million, 143.2. But yeah, we'll obviously most teams do go over the cap. But here's our issue, guys. Before we look at some free agent trackers, look at this right here. So this is for next season. Let me know if you guys can't see this or anything, but Tobias Harris, right, is going to be making $36 million next year. That's 21% of our cap, right? Ben Simmons is going to be making Ben Simmons is going to be making $33 million. That's almost 20% of the cap. And Joel Embiid is going to be making $31.5 million, 18.4% of the cap. Do you know how hard it is for us to go out and get a huge player like this without moving one of these contracts? This is why I can assure you that if a move is made, we're going to move one of these players. I would like to think it would be Ben Simmons, but maybe it's Tobias Harris. Maybe we try to bring in a Kyle Lowry and we try to move the Tobias contract while his value is higher. You know what I mean? But when you have these three guys who essentially make up 60% of your cap, I mean, you're limited, man. It's hard for you to do a lot of things. Now, listen closely, because this is one contract that I would expect to be moved in the next couple days. This is my prediction, guys, hot take or not. Daryl Morey has to move the George Hill contract, okay? 35 years old, did not give us the production that we were looking for, and his cap hit is $10 million, okay? One more year, $10 million, almost 6% of the cap. Actually, the fourth highest player in terms of our cap right here. And obviously, we have these cap holds, guys who are like pending free agents and stuff. But right now, George Hill has to go. And I would expect Daryl Morey to move him. I think the reason he hasn't moved him yet is because if we are to do, say, a trade for a Kyle Lowry or a player like that, if it ends up being a 3-team trade, George Hill is going to have to be in that deal going somewhere else to help match salaries. George Hill, this $10 million, guys, this could do wonders for us in free agency. We have to get this contract off the books because I don't see him coming back next year and being that valuable for what he's being paid. And some team will take him. Some team will. So, to be honest, we got to get that done. By the way, if you guys don't see this right here, your Philly Take with RB mug, be sure to cop some merch, man. Let's see. Philly messed up with those contracts. Yeah, they did. When you have these three right here taking up 60% of your cap, you're not in the best situation. Imagination Studios coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Sign and trade Ben for Mike Conley if you can't get Dame. Well, that's tricky. That's tricky given the fact that Ben Simmons has, 4 years left on his deal. That's kind of rough. I don't know if the Utah Jazz would be interested in Ben Simmons. But at the end of the day, does Mike Conley move the needle? I think he'd be a good veteran point guard. Here's my take on Mike Conley. And I don't know if I said this at the beginning, guys. This free agency class was supposed to be special, right? And then about 3 or 4 players signed extensions with their teams, and a couple of the guys that are pending free agents are most likely going back to their teams. And, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, I don't really see them leaving their situations because, to be quite honest, they're in the best situation that they can be in, and they can still get paid. So at the end of the day, for me, it's kind of like I just don't see Mike Conley moving to another destination unless he was to get an overhaul of money, and then it gets interesting right there. But this is why the few key guys that are free agents, it's so key to try to go out and acquire these guys, or as we will probably see, there's going to be some huge sign-in trades or trades for from larger players. So, this is not a really good free agent class, if I'm being completely honest. Is it? I'm just being honest. It's not a good free agency class. It's going to be about the role players, and we're going to be looking at that. Shout out to Philly Girl, great channel member, supporter of the channel. She says, can't wait for my merch. Shout out to her for ordering the Philly Take with RB merch. The link's in the description if you guys want to check it out for sure. Sixers Inspector, what's up, man? What's up? What can you say about the Lakers' new big three? I think Russell Westbrook will play better. Like, I don't think he's going to play too crazy and out of his style when it comes to playing next to LeBron and AD. But let me tell you, the Lakers are another team that are restricted a lot. They need to go out and acquire shooters. They're going to be a good team in the regular season, but when it comes playoff time, they're going to have to get some snipers around those guys. And players are going to want to go there, so it'll be a little bit easier. But, it's going to be hard because I think their 3 players make up probably anywhere from 60 to 70, maybe more of their cap. So it's going to be hard for them 3, in my opinion. And Sports Capital says they just panicked and gave everyone a bag. Yeah, they did. And Embiid's supposed to sign a Supermax this offseason, so it's going to be rough. But this is kind of where we're at, guys. Another player I see moving very soon is Anthony Toliver, who's here on the minimum. And I believe he's a free agent as well. So he's going to be gone. And that's kind of where we're at, And our draft picks, are they going to be ready to play from day one? I don't know about that. It's going to be hard. So we're going to have to sign some vets. Man. And shout out to my guy, Philly the podcast, coming in with the $2 donation. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. If you guys are not subscribed to Philly, go sub to him right now. He is underrated as hell. His channel is fire, especially if you're an Eagles fan. You do not want to miss his content. It's awesome. And says just coming through to show love to the GOAT. I appreciate you, man. I am going to be on his channel this coming week, so be sure to check in and go subscribe to him right now. Go give him a subscribe, man. He works hard, and I appreciate him. Someone, thank you, Philly girl, for dropping his link in the chat. But all right, guys, so here we are. So like I said, we're going to have the mid-level exception. We'll have the biannual exception, but we're not going to go – we're very close to the luxury tax level right now. So we're going to have to shed some of these guys. That's why I think George Hill is going to end up moving. And let's look at some of these free agents. So I want to know from you guys in the chat, drop some thoughts. Are there any potential players or maybe, minimum vets or guys like that you guys could see us coming out here and signing? Another thing I wanted to show you guys, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can pull it up. There was some news today claiming that Dwight Howard might return to the Lakers. So he might not come back to us. So we're going to need a backup center, or if we can use the 53rd overall pick in Charles Bassey, we're going to need a backup center, guys. That's my point here. Here it is. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. Let's pull this up. Sorry, guys. I like OBS better, but we got to do with what we got to do for now. So Dwight Howard, this is from Hoop Central via, let's see, who's this? Brad Turner covering the Lakers. This was from today. Guess who might be back for a third time? Yup, Dwight Howard is ready to return and play center. So it kind of seems that Dwight Howard might be on the move back to LA. I've heard this from multiple sources, even though I'm not an NBA writer or anything like that. I've just been hearing it from different sources on Twitter. Dwight Howard might be gone. As much as we loved him, as much as he was an energy type of guy, let's be honest, we still could upgrade at the backup 5 position. And one name that I actually heard, you guys let me know what you would think about this in the chat. I heard that Lowry Markkanen received a qualifying offer from the Bulls, and they might end up rescinding that. So if Lowry Markkanen comes out here in free agency, what would you guys think about Markkanen as a backup 4 or 5? If he could stay healthy, I wouldn't mind that at all. I don't think he's going to get paid a ton. He's been injured, and, he hasn't really got a lot of minutes with the Chicago Bulls as much as he would have liked. But he's a guy who can stretch the floor. His defense lacks a bit, but maybe you go for a guy like that, But we're definitely going to need a backup center here. And B-Ball Josh, what's going on, man? He says, why can't Reed play backup 5? That's another thing. I'm expecting Paul Reed to take a huge leap and try to fight for some minutes, for sure. So that's definitely an option there. Hoop Gossip coming in with a 149 super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Much respect to you. I really appreciate the support from all you guys. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that support. And welcome on into the channel. We got 175 in the building. We're talking Sixers free agency. Give me your thoughts in the chat. See a couple people saying they love Lowry Markkanen. Hoop, thank you again. He says Cody Zeller. Is he a free agent? I know the Hornets just acquired Plumlee, right? I think Zeller's a free agent, but it could be an option for something cheap if you want to go out. That's what we're going to need, a backup option that is cheap. But in terms of a Lowry Markkanen, I think that would be an interesting fit. People have talked about Porzingis as well. I don't really see that as a viable option for us. But, yeah, his defense does lack. Markkanen cannot play the 5. I mean, he would be more of a backup 4 at the end of the day, but I hear you. Okay, let's go to the free agency tracker. So, like I said, guys, this is a bit of a weak free agency class. You're going to have to acquire players via sign and trade as well. Can you guys see this on the screen? Is it clearly visible, or should I zoom in more? Let me know in the chat. And while you guys let me know, I'll read a couple comments here. Marc Gasol, that would be an interesting option. I don't know if Marc Gasol is actually going to continue playing. I heard that he might retire. I think he's playing in the Olympics right now. So I'm not really sure if he's going to end up playing, but if he does, maybe. Philly Girl, thanks so much. As viewers, we see you. Hit that thumb. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Let's get it to 100, man. If we haven't yet, I'm not really sure, but let me know. Isaiah Joe's going to be good. I really do think that, too. I think he's going to take a leap. I hope Doc starts to, play with some of these younger guys. I heard Daryl Morey in the press conference about our draft picks this year say that essentially they're not really going to see the floor that much, and that's kind of Doc's philosophy as well. So, who knows about that. I would welcome a George Hill trade for Bledsoe. That's actually a video I might have coming out in a couple days here. Bledsoe might be an option for the Sixers, but you don't want to overpay, and I don't think he can start and be a championship kind of guard, but he could be a bench player. Can we? Where's that question? Here we go. Can we sign and trade Dwight? We could, but I don't really see that being a possibility because he's going to make so little in terms of his contract. He's probably going to get another vets minimum. I think he was making $2 million last year. So if you're signing and trading Dwight, it's probably not feasible unless you find another center or someone that is making a minimum contract as well. Let's see. Bobby Portis could be a backup 4 or 5. I'm surprised he opted out making 15. I don't know if he'll get more than 15. I thought he was making less than that. I think it was like $4 million, which is why he opted out. And also because, he's a champion now. Bobby Portis is a guy I'd never thought I would sit up here and say, I want the Sixers to target him. But if he's available, he brings the Philly toughness, and I think he could be a nice backup for sure. And he's actually, becoming a decent shooter as well. I wouldn't mind it. I do think that Paul Reed's going to get some minutes, though, and some run, especially if he continues to improve, because I really like his game so far. Let's see. Seth coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, Seth. And, guys, let me know if you can see the screen. Drop a 1 if it's clear, or drop a 2 if I should zoom in more. But, Seth, thank you for the $2 donation, man. I really appreciate it. It says Bobby Portis, maybe Levine, if no Dame or Beal. Levine's an interesting one. I believe he has 1 more year left on his contract. But my thing the whole time has been, are the Chicago Bulls really going to be interested in moving a Zach LaVine? Are they really going to be interested? Because they went out and acquired Vucevic. And, apparently today the rumors are they're going to come out here and try to sign Lonzo Ball, and traction is moving on that. So are the Bulls really going to move LaVine? I don't think so. My guess would be no, because I just think they're trying to win and they're trying to put together a competitor. So that's just where I'm at. I would love LaVine, but I just don't see them moving him. Maybe where you get Zach LaVine is at the trade deadline, right? If the Chicago Bulls come out and they're slacking and they're not, really a good team, and they're going to try to blow it up a little bit and just go heavy next year, maybe in free agency, that's probably where you see a Zach LaVine trade at, if they're not playing well. But we'll see. But okay, let's see. Let's see. Bucks are trying their best to re-sign Bobby Portis. You do not want Marcus Gasol. The man is slow as molasses, gets run off the court. Yeah, he's been dropping off. Kind of seems like he's at that point in his career, but we'll see. But anyway, let's see. Look, we get anybody besides Bill or Dame, we deal Simmons for anybody less. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier, Max, and that's why I still believe Daryl's waiting for the right opportunity. But that's what I'm saying, guys. If you're just coming in here, if you take away one thing from this live stream today, pray for the Washington Wizards and the Blazers to strike out this week. Like, let's hope they get nobody at all, or they don't try to go out here and trade for anybody. Because if that happens, then I could see Dame or Bradley Beal saying, all right, well, I gave you your chance, and you're not really doing anything to put talent around me. Maybe not Bradley Beal, because I don't know what the heck is up with Bradley Beal. He's got something going on where I just don't know if he wants to win. And I'm not a guy to question a guy like Bradley Beal, because I believe in him. I believe in him as a competitor, and I think he could be a great talent on a championship team. But I don't know what he's doing right now. So I'm more so banking on Dame Lillard having these private conversations with what's the Blazers GM name? Neil O'Shea or something like that. I'm hoping that they do nothing for Dame this week and he just sits back and says, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm done. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Mitch, what's going on, man? What's up, Mitch? Says, I don't want Danny Green back. I'll tell you guys, honestly, I don't think Danny Green is coming back. That's my pure thoughts. I'm actually a bit worried that he goes to the New York Knicks or the Brooklyn Nets, but I don't see Danny Green coming back to this team. I really don't, especially with the dollar that he is trying to make. I don't think so. I don't think so. But, man, I'm just praying that the Wizards and the Blazers strike out this week. But anyway, so getting into this. So let's start let's go to point guard. All right, here we go. So Chris Paul, and you know, feel free to drop your thoughts on any of these players or anything we talk about. Let me get this ad out of the way. Chris Paul, Mike Conley, I believe they both go back to their destinations. I don't see Chris Paul leaving Phoenix, and I don't see Mike Conley leaving the Utah Jazz. I really don't see it happening. In terms of Lowry and the Raptors, I've said it all along, the Philadelphia 76ers, perfect plan B is Kyle Lowry. If Beal doesn't request down and Dame and some of these other top players, I think the Sixers have to make a play for Kyle Lowry. It's going to be hard without moving one of our contracts. You know, it's crazy. I could even see the Sixers trying to move Tobias Harris and bring in Kyle Lowry and have a trio of Kyle, Ben, and Embiid. I don't know why, but I just feel like that could happen if you don't get anything out. But what I could actually see happening as I think about it more is that I could see a 3-team trade happening where, you know, Ben Simmons and George Hill go off to someplace, Kyle Lowry comes to the Sixers, and Toronto gets, you know, young players and maybe a couple picks. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. But it definitely depends on multiple factors, and that's what makes this Kyle Lowry thing so multifaceted, right? Because are you willing to pay $25 to $30 million for Kyle Lowry? Are you willing to do that, you know, depending on what else you're able to do in free agency? What do the Raptors going to work with Kyle Lowry? Is he going to work with them and say, okay, we'll try to perform and sign and trade? That way he can kind of choose where he goes, right? And I'm a firm believer that Kyle Lowry would love to come back to play for his hometown in Philadelphia. But like I said, guys, when you look at that, when I talked about the cap, you know, we're going to be over the cap, but we're under the luxury tax. We're going to have to move one of those big contracts to bring in Kyle Lowry in unless we want to get hard capped, and our owners are not going to pay the luxury tax because they are cheap, and we want to keep that mid-level exception. So I just don't know. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. But at the end of the day, we saw the impact that a point guard made this last year with Chris Paul and Drew Holiday and guys like that. So maybe you go ahead and budge for that. It's tough, though. It is tough, especially at 35 years old. But at the same time, I don't think the Raptors are going to have a ton of leverage because they declined to deal him at the deadline. So they're going to have to settle for less. And I'm definitely not giving up 3 young prospects and then paying $30 million. I don't want to do that and give up Ben Simmons. I don't want to do all that for Kyle Lowry. But I with some of the things that Daryl Morey has been proposing to teams, I don't know if he's just trying to start very high or maybe those are just rumors that have come out to try to get other teams to up their price. I don't really understand it all, to be honest. But I'm just hoping that Daryl comes down to reality soon and realizes, like, okay, like maybe he's just waiting for one of these players to bank out and he's trying to up the value and in a proposed trade. But if it does happen, I mean, the Sixers have to make something happen. That's all I can really say about that. Shout out to Max Coffee coming in with a $2 donation. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Heck no, he wants $90 million, $30 million for 3 years. When it comes to $30 million each year for 3 years, I would not do that. Let me make that clear. I would not do that. And personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get a 3-year deal. If he were to get that from a New Orleans Pelicans or a Dallas Mavericks, right, then so be it. so be it. You can't really bid, in my opinion. You can't go a 3-year contract. What, he's going to be 38 at the end of it? I would not do that. I would definitely do a 1 or 2 year deal, though, maybe 25 to 30 in that range, depending on what happens. This is what I'm saying. This week is going to tell a lot about the future. And I really hope that the approach this week is to build out the roster with some key vets and then wait for that trade to open up. That is what I'm hoping for in its entirety, if I'm being honest. So we will see. Seth coming in with the $2 donation. Thank you, my man. Really appreciate it. Says, wouldn't mind Lonzo Ball cheaper than Larry RB. Yeah, I would not mind Lonzo, but what I'm hearing today, Seth, is that Lonzo Ball is nearing a deal with the Bulls. I'm actually expecting in the next day or two, as soon as free agency starts, to say that Lonzo Ball has agreed to a deal with the Chicago Bulls. I mean, this is what is killing me inside, right? We don't have cap space, so we can't go out and sign guys like this unless we execute a sign and trade. And it's frustrating. I'll be honest, man. For what it is with Ben and Tobias, everything taken out of the equation, right? Like, emotion-wise taken out of the equation, I'm upset that the Sixers, we don't have anybody to blame but Elton Brand. We don't. And Elton Brand, in my opinion, did a great job in getting Jimmy Butler, right? Elton Brand acquired players so that in 2018, we were ready to win that year, but we had Brett Brown as the coach, and we came one lucky bounce away from potentially going all the way. And that's what frustrates me. And we panic signed Tobias Harris, and now we are stuck in this situation because of what happened then. That is why we are stuck in this situation, because Tobias Harris should not be taking up 20% of your cap. Ben Simmons should not be taking up 20% of your cap. They're just not that kind of value players. They're good players, but they're not at that level. They shouldn't be taking up more cap than Joel Embiid. And we have nobody to blame but Elton Brand, really. I mean, it's just tough, man. Now we have to, bank on a sign and trade. We have to bank on a Damian Lillard and a Bradley Beal saying, I'm unhappy. And that's where I'm worried. That's where I'm worried. It's tough, man. It's tough. But anyway, I'm hearing Goran Dragic is going to have interest from the Lakers. I think he's going to get paid too much. That's really not an option for us. Corey Joseph, guys, keep your eyes on Corey Joseph. He opted out yesterday, I believe, or did the Pistons waive him or something like that? Happened yesterday. He could be a cheap option, 30 years old. I like what Corey Joseph brings to the floor. Really knows how to handle the floor. I would keep your eyes on a Corey Joseph to Philadelphia signing. I'm not saying we're the favorite or anything like that, but I do think he's going to draw some interest, and he'd be a nice backup vet guard. Patty Mills, maybe he's making a name for himself in the Olympics. Maybe we could look at something like that. The rest of these guys, I know Avery Bradley opted out yesterday, the Rockets declined his option. I don't know. TJ McConnell returned to Philadelphia. It gets interesting, man. And the rest of these guys, I'm not really too interested in, man. And Austin Rivers. Is Austin Rivers a free agent? I think he is. That would be an interesting thing, but I don't know if I want him playing with Doc, There was a lot of father-son type of stories that happened in L.A. We got 236 in the chat, guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's get it to 100 likes, man. Really appreciate you guys being here. We're a couple away. We're chopping it up. We're going to be covering free agency all week, man. I'm excited. I just don't see the inventory here, for lack of a better word. Like, I just don't see. I mean, maybe a Corey Joseph potentially at a veteran minimum or something, but it's tough, man. There's not a lot of options out here that are really going to help this team out. It's crazy, man. If we can't get Dame or Beal, do you think we keep Simmons? I think it's possible. I think it is possible, because at that point, is Daryl Morey going to settle for Malcolm Brogdon for Ben Simmons? I mean, it makes us better in terms of fit next year, but it's all about the timing. And I'm starting to believe there's a possibility Ben could come back, depending on what happens. But I don't want to say that because I think Daryl's an aggressor, and I think he'll go to all ends to try to make something happen and find a right deal. So we will see, man. But let's look at the 2-guard position. DeMar DeRozan, you can kiss that goodbye. Definitely not happening. Oladipo, who knows about him? Hardaway Jr., he's going to make a little bit too much for the Sixers, depending on what happens. Because, again, I don't think Danny Green's going to come back. But we are going to need another sniper, if I'm being completely honest. We're going to need a sniper. And I don't know where it's going to come from. I'm hoping that Matisse Thybulle can develop. I'm hoping, that Isaiah Joe can continue to develop. But I feel like we're going to need a free agent sniper. And we need one of those bench players. Maybe we can acquire one via trade like a Terrence Ross. We need a guy who's going to give us buckets off the bench. I'm really tired of seeing guys and not having a player that can give us 10 consistently off the bench. We need a free agent shooter, man. We really do. So let me look for a second at our – here we go. I mean, you're looking at this roster right here. I mean, it's rough, man. It's rough. Can Thybulle become that guy? Maybe, right? Shake Milton. If Shake Milton could just step up and be the resemblance of Shake that we saw in that first year, man, we would be fine. We would be fine, man. But come on. It's tough. It really is. Mike Scott, $9.5 million. I wonder if a team's going to sign Mike Scott. I really do. But anyway, back to this. Danny Green had to go out and make those comments, didn't he? JJ Redick, I feel like he's kind of at that point where it's I feel like I really feel like we're going to have to, pull off a trade for some of these bench veteran pieces, man. As much as it's important to get the right type of starter in here, we also need depth, man. Evan Fournier, what's he – I mean, again, that may be a little bit out of our ballpark as well. Lou Williams would be really nice, but I think he's either leaning towards retirement or going back to the Hawks, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a guy I would love, all right? Alec Burks. Call me crazy if you want. The last memory I have of Alec Burks is Brett Brown sitting him in Game 2 after he had 18 off the bench in Game 1. Or maybe that was Game 2, I forget. But, I mean, I miss Alec Burks. I really do. I miss him a lot. We couldn't have paid him the $6 million last year, but that's a guy I'm looking at, to be honest. And another player I like is Wayne Ellington, but I'm hearing that, being a guy that has traveled around many destinations in his career, he might go out west to LA too. It sucks that they just have the power above us because of LeBron and AD and Westbrook, and they just need shooters to plug in. So you guys keep letting me know what you like in the chat, and I'll get to some comments. But I'm telling you guys, we are very restricted right now. I'm going to show you guys something in 1 second before we move on. Seth, great channel member, my guy, coming in with another $5 donation. I really do appreciate the support, man. It says, I agree 100%, RB. Brand, Hinkie, and Brown put us here. Rush trades. I don't think we trade Ben. When you're banking on players' unhappiness, it's really bad. Yeah, I hear you. It's going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough. I don't see a way that the Philly fans will welcome Ben back in. I haven't seen any body language that kind of states that he wants to be here, and I don't really see kind of the mutual agreement that we want to be back. I mean, even Woj has been reporting that Rich Paul is in line with the trade. So I still think one happens, but it sucks because if one of these guys don't request out or Daryl Morey can't find the right deal, then we're kind of just in a tough situation. Are we going to bank on getting less value than we should? And that's why I think during the draft, if you guys heard the mock trades, I think Daryl Morey was trying to pull off a 4 first-round pick type of deal because right now there's just not the player there. And that's what I'm saying, guys. If you take away one thing from this stream, pray that Beal, Dame, and all these other stars get unhappy and don't get what they want. Because that's what we're banking on. And it's a tough situation to be in. So we might end up keeping them. We might. If nothing good is there, right? Do we really trade him for Buddy Hield? Is that enough? right? If we get the picks, those would be in turn to try to flip them. And that's what I think we were trying to do. I think we were trying to get 4 first-round picks and then flip them and offer, the Blazers a deal they couldn't refuse, but didn't happen. So, but anyway, I agree with you, Seth. And shout out to Alec B coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you so much, Alex. Says, bring back Alec Burks just because my name's Alec. Well, your name's Alec B. So there you go. Unless you want to come in. Even me, I'm available, Daryl Morey. Call me up. Bring me in for a workout. I'm ready to hit some threes. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, hey, man, we got Alec B here in the chat, so good luck. That's a good luck charm for Alec Burks coming back. We'll see. We will see. But anyway, Daryl Morey has to come back to reality, and he just has to realize, like, at some point he's going to have to get something done. He's going to have to get something done. So it's a tough situation to be in. All the rest of these guys, you might see us, sign somebody. Let's go to center. Let's go to center. See if we can get a backup center here. Here it is, Cody Zeller. He was making $14 million. He's not going to get that much. No way. Daniel Tice. Is he a free agent or is he going to, return back? I haven't even looked at backup centers yet. Rashawn Holmes is expected to make a lot of money, to be honest. Oh, man. I think Willie Cauley-Stein's going back to the Mavs. McGee, I heard one at the return of the Nuggets. It's tough, man. It is. Nerlens Noel's about to get a payday. Tony Bradley. I know you guys love Tony Bradley. You guys have like a Tony Bradley fetish. Could you see him coming back? Oh, man. Andre Drummond, $800,000. That's ridiculous. That's what he gets for, he didn't fit, but man. DeMarcus Cousins doesn't really have much left in the tank. I'm just not seeing anything that pushes it here. I thought Dwight Howard was actually going to come back to Philly just because, of the energy and stuff, but I don't know, man. He might go back to the Lakers. He might. And his Cantor. I feel like every year we have like an unexpected move. Speaking of unexpected moves, Josh Richardson got traded to the Celtics, and now there was a joke going around that they're reassembling the 2019 Sixers with Richardson and Al Horford. That was funny, but oh man, Bismack Biyombo. I don't know, man. Maybe we just bank on Paul Reed elevating a little bit, and maybe this guy Charles Bassey can come in and play some backup minutes. I really like his game. I think he fell a lot just because he didn't have a lot of opportunity, and he's got to fix some technical things with his game. But I don't know, man. It's tough. It really is. Shout out to Kenny coming in with a $5 donation. Kenny, thank you so much, man. Says, I feel like we should trade Tobias and picks for Buddy Hield and Harrison Barnes from the Kings. I could see that happening. I don't know what the Kings are doing because they have an excess of guards. They need a big man. And I know they just traded for Tristan Thompson. They need a big man. Disrespect, I guess. Tristan Thompson stinks, okay? The guy is terrible. And like I said, would the Kings be interested in Ben? I think it'd be an interesting destination, but I don't see them moving De'Aaron Fox. But I do see them, maybe moving one of their guards, and that guard being Buddy Hield. Tobias could come in there with those young guards. I think that would be an interesting move. And I don't think it's impossible that the Sixers move Tobias Harris because his value is high right now. This was one of the best years Tobias Harris has ever had, maybe the best. And if you can get the right value and you can dump that contract and get a guy like Buddy Hield, a nice shooter on his team, or get another guard, I could see it happening. I don't think it's impossible. I do not think it's impossible. So, Kenny, thank you again, my man. Keep throwing your thoughts in the chat, guys. Hold up. Did we get – oh, here we go. And guys, hit that like button, man. We got almost 250 in the chat. We're going to be here all week for free agency, man. We're pumping out the content. Even if you guys aren't Sixers fans, I appreciate you being in here and, talking it up, man. You guys are saying look at Woj. We'll look at it in a second. Seth, thank you for the $2 donation, man. Says, what about Tim Hardaway Jr.? I like Bassey as the number 2 center. I like Bassey as well. I think he's going to, we're going to see him in Summer League in about a month and try to, get some ideas on what he can actually do his rookie year if Doc elects to go. But that's the thing. I don't see Doc Rivers playing guys their rookie year. And that's why I think people's judgments are off a bit. I could see Paul Reed stepping up and being a backup. But we'll see, man. I think we're also going to get a backup center. I think we're going to sign one of these guys for like a minimum vet or something, like a Biombo or something. I could see that happening, just my opinion. But in terms of Tim Hardaway Jr., I think we were just looking at that. Unfortunately, Seth, I don't think we're going to be able to afford him. And as crazy as that sounds, that's just where we're at in terms of our cap situation. That's where we're at, man. Let me show you guys this. Here we go. So our cap right now, our taxable salaries, we're at $131 million. Our total cap allocation is $133. We are sitting just below this luxury tax right here of $136. And like I said, guys, we're not going into the luxury tax because it's just not what we do. Obviously, we're going to shed some salaries, and that's what I'm saying. I think George Hill is going to be on the move over the next couple days. We're going to have to get that number down a bit. And we're going to have our mid-level exception and all that. But Tim Hardaway Jr. is expected to make, honestly, maybe $10 million, I would assume, 10, 15 in that range. Be, a good 6-man off the bench for a team. I don't even know if we can afford him. And that's how restricted we are. Like, we might have to settle for some minimum vets right now and wait till a trade opens up, man. But I do like his game, Seth. I really do. And shout out to Philly Girl coming in with the $2 donation. Thank you so much. If you don't hit that horn, I don't have it right now. We're not on the OBS. We're not on the OBS, which is unfortunate. Hold up. Let me see if I can at least pull it up. It won't come through the speakers, but just because you said so. Just because you said so. Hold up. I got you. Don't worry. This is why I got to start doing these streams through OBS so I can hit the sound effects anytime. Hold up, let me see. Yes, sir. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but I did. Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. Let's go. Philly Girl, thanks so much. Guys, let's get this to 200 likes. Pump that like out. Push this content out. I appreciate all you guys being in here, man. Woj just tweeted something about Lowry. All right, we're going to look at that in a second, guys. This is what we do. This is why I enjoy the live show, man. We have breaking news, apparently, but let me get to this real quick. Rick Bennett coming in with a $5 donation. Thank you so much, Rick. Much love to you, man. Great channel member, OG of the channel. Says, I think chemistry would greatly improve if Ben is gone. If he is gone, the battle has been won. I agree. It's a long, strenuous battle, and that's another thing that people aren't looking at. Like, is Ben really going to come back with what Embiid said and with what people are saying in terms of the fans and pretty much Daryl Morey not always being committed to him and just all that stuff, especially in the locker room? Are they really going to get along like that? Are they really going to have solid team chemistry? I don't know, man. It's tough. It really is. And that's another reason why I don't know if he can come back. I don't know if he can come back. I mean, I'm just being honest. Sixers fans, like, if you're not just like a fanboy that sits only, like, if you go to the games, like, people are going to boo Ben Simmons every game if he comes back, at least for a good 20. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. But, and that's why I think, and Daryl Morey's a fan of the game, so I don't see him just bringing Ben back. I just don't see it happening. But again, there's not a lot available, so he might come back. He might. It's tough. We have nobody but this organization. We had, 578 million picks, and we missed on too many, man. All right. Since you guys are telling me to tweet, Let's see. Okay, so this is what I just saw. This is what I just saw here. Hold on, let me share this screen. You guys are talking about Kyle Lowry. This is the first thing I see when I pull up Twitter right here. The Miami Heat, according to Shams, are picking up Goran Dragic's $19.4 million team option for the 21 season. I thought he was going to opt out and they were going to let him go into free agency. So there's another one that's kind of off the table there. So Goran Dragic's going back to the Miami Heat on the team option for one more year. Shout out to Keith Smith, man. I really enjoy listening to him talk. He says, it's interesting Miami declined their team option for Andre, but then they picked up their option for Dragic. No cap space with Dragic on the team at 19.4. So he's saying there's no available cap space. Could do a trade to help bring in via sign and trade while avoiding the hard cap. So are they doing a sign and trade? Could be interesting. Okay, here we go. Hold on, I need a drink of water before we read this. You guys are overwhelming me, man. Overwhelming me. It's not even 6 p.m. tomorrow. Guys, at 6 p.m. tomorrow, you better be ready with like 3 devices just refreshing your Twitter page because it's going to go nuts. It really is. All right, so breaking news. As the Miami Heat create salary cap space, Toronto free agent guard Kyle Lowry remains a firm target in free agency. Miami has more levers to pull to create space to sign him outright or can still endeavor to work a sign and trade with the Raptors. That was put out at 2:25 p.m. Now, let's see. What time is it right now? It's 2:34. So 12 minutes ago was 2:22. Interesting. So I don't understand because Shams is putting out that Dragic is going back for $19 million. And then Woj is putting out that Kyle Lowry that the Heat are going to try to pursue him outright, which I don't think will happen. I think they'll try to do a sign and trade and kind of choose where he wants to go because he's always been loyal to that organization. But let's see if we got more info on this. Heat are declining Iguodala's option. Let's see. I don't know what the Miami Heat's cap situation looks like. Either the Heat know they're not getting Lowry or they have a sign and trade lined up for one once they're able to sign. I mean, that I could see happening. Dragic sign and trade to the Raptors for Kyle Lowry. They could be able to work that out. But so much going on, man. I'm telling you guys, this Kyle Lowry thing isn't going to be as easy as we presume because the Pelicans are going to be interested. The Mavericks are going to try to do something for Luka, and the Sixers are here. And we're kind of restricted in terms of the cap. So this is tough, man. I don't think this is anything in terms of traction saying like Lowry's going to sign. I hope that he doesn't already have like a deal in place with somebody. That would really piss me off. Because if Kyle Lowry goes to another team, right, if he goes to the Miami Heat, then the Sixers are they have even more pressure on them. More than we already have right now. So, I don't know. And then Oladipo's a free agent, so this is tough, man. This is tough. Dragic's contract can be used to sign and trade. That's what I'm thinking, too. That's what I'm thinking based off what we're seeing here. So, let's see if Shams said anything else. Here it was. The Pistons waived Corey Joseph. That's what I was looking at. Ah, man. Look at this guy. OMG, it's happening. Oh, my gosh. if Lowry's not going to sign with us, at least go to the Pelicans. At least, get out of the East, man. I'm telling you guys, the East is going to be tough, and I just don't see us competing if we don't make a huge move, man. I don't see us competing if we don't make a huge move. So this is interesting, though. Maybe they're going to look at a sign and trade. Guys, give me all your thoughts in the chat, man. Let me see who's in here. RJ, what's going on, man? Dragic and Hero for Lowry, I think. Okay. You guys are making me do it. Let's go ahead and look at the Miami Heat salary. No, I don't like that one. I don't like that. All right, here we go. No, I don't like that either. Here's what I like. All right. So imagine having Ryan Anderson on your dead cap. That's hilarious. Oh man. I'm sorry. All these pending free agents, man. Imagine having a cap hold on Dwayne Wade. Damn, they have a lot of cap space. They're sitting $28 million below the luxury tax threshold, and then they're going to make more. But I don't think this is updated in terms of Dragic. So I think he's opting in, and then they're going to use that in a sign and trade. Him and Tyler Hero, oh my gosh, it's lining up perfectly, guys. It's lining up perfectly. I can't even lie. Wow. They're really going all in. They better not have a trade in. If they have a trade in place, and if it comes out tomorrow at 6 p.m. and Woj drops a bomb, the Toronto Raptors are sending Kyle Lowry to the Miami Heat in exchange for Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, and whatever else. I'm going to lose it, man. Daryl Morey, but you better be on the phone right now, Daryl. You better be illegally on the phone with these teams, man. Oh, boy. It's not even Monday. It's not even tomorrow yet, and I'm excited. Oh, man. John Castiglione, great channel member. What's going on, John? Thank you so much for being in here, man. Coming in with the $5 donation. Appreciate it, bro. Give me Brogdon and LeVert for Ben. I'll do that. I'll take Malcolm Brogdon and Karis LeVert. But here's the problem. I don't think the Pacers are gonna part with Karis LeVert. I don't think the Pacers are gonna part with Karis LeVert. Let's look at the Pacers. They traded Aaron Holiday, or they're going to officially, to the Wizards. That was a player they were looking at us for. Dude, get these ads out of here, man. All right. Yeah, Karis LeVert's making $17.5 million. That's his contribution towards the cap. Brogdon and LeVert, you're looking at almost $38 million around there. So, I mean, it would work in terms of the salary. It would work in terms of a TJ Warren and Malcolm Brogdon swap, but it's tough, man. I just don't think they're going to do that. I think the Pacers are going to try to move one of these two, or maybe both. Probably one, though. Miles Turner and Sabonis. I think that's what they're going to try to do, and I don't really want either one of them. So, but yeah, John. I mean, if it comes down to it, we're looking at maybe a Kings swap, a Pacers swap, one of those. Who knows, man? Who knows? It's just tough, man. We are so restricted. Let me. If you guys are just tuning in, let me show you the Sixers cap situation. Let me show you guys the Sixers cap situation. This is our total cap allocation right here, $133 million. We're only $4 million in terms of luxury tax space, so we're restricted right now. Crazy, man. This is what I'm saying. Look for George Hill to be moved. This $10 million right here. And look for Anthony Toliver to be moved. That's what we're looking at, man. And we'll see what happens with these guys. But Let's see. We got RJ coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you, RJ. He says, am I the only one that thinks we need tough guys? I'm glad you bring that up. Hold up. Let me put myself back on the screen. Not because you guys want to see me, but because I need to make a point. RJ, you are exactly right. I've been saying this for too long. We need ourselves a Bobby Portis, a Jay Crowder, even though I don't like him, a Marcus Morris. We need what I title a dog on this team. We need a dog who's going to come in and fire somebody up. Even a guy you could put in for 7 minutes a night, and he's going to get a technical foul on the opposing team just by getting in their face, getting them mad. We need a mentally tough player, somebody that's going to stick it to Ben Simmons if he's not playing basketball. Somebody that's going to tell Joel to get down low when he's trying to pull shots from the high post. We need a dog in Philadelphia. I'm glad you bring that up. I agree 100%. Get one of those players here. I don't care who it is. Get one of them here. Especially, do you guys remember when we had Corey Brewer? I think this man would play, 5 games with us? And he had everybody fired up. James Harden was rattled. It was beautiful. I love it. This is exactly why I love TJ McConnell. As much as he's not an NBA starter and this and that, the dude will literally turn around and steal an inbounds pass. The dude will get everybody fired up. That's what we need. That's why Matisse Thybulle is so special. He's just everywhere. That's the kind of player. We need a guy who's just going to get up in someone's face and get them pissed off. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Someone in the chat says Mike Scott is our tough dude. Yeah, but here's the difference. He has no basketball ability. You can't keep him on the floor. When I say we need a tough guy, he also needs to be a basketball player. Not a guy you pick up 4th on your team at LA Fitness. I'm just being honest. He's got to be able to at least hit a shot here and there. You know? But anyway, let me calm down a little bit. Oh, man. We need a player like that, man. We need a player like that. Tyler says, I don't want players who flop. Larry can go to Miami. Well, at the end of the day, as much as I've hated Kyle Lowry, I wouldn't mind him flopping. If he comes here, I'm going to love him. If we play him, I'm going to hate him and talk smack. But if he comes here, you already know the movement that we have started. Hashtag floppy to Philly. I'll take Kyle Lowry. If he's going to flop here and get everybody fired up, I'll take him. Come on, man. We need somebody tough. Matisse Thybulle could be a player just like that, but he's too nice. He's too much of a pretty boy. He's a vlogger. Oh, man. Let's see. I've been saying that. Let's get Torrey Craig in here to bust someone's teeth. Exactly. We need that kind of player, man. We need that kind of player. Tiffany, what's going on? Milwaukee Bucks fan. Again, congrats to you guys. We got all the dogs in Milwaukee. They do. Look at the championship teams. They got PJ Tucker. They got Bobby Portis. I mean, guys who at one point we were calling scrubs, and they're just tough. They'll at least make an impact on the floor. They make an impact. Was supposed to be Dwight, but he's still too soft defender. Dwight is kind of that player in an essence. But at the end of the day, it can't be a center. Maybe that's not fair. Maybe it is. But it can't be a center. It needs to be like a 3 or a 4. A guy who can shift his feet really quickly. I see people saying Embiid. It can't be Embiid. He's not like – Embiid has other responsibilities on the court. I'm talking about a guy that's just strictly to come in and play some tough nails defense and get in somebody's face. That's what I'm talking about, man. But, yeah, back to this. We'll see if we have any updates. I think that it could be possible. Wait, hold up. Here we go. Woj bomb, baby. 1 minute ago. Here we go. I was literally just about to say this. The Heat's decision to pick up the $19.4 million option on Goran Dragic's deal is a possible precursor in utilizing him as part of a potential sign. Oh, my God. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Oh, my gosh. Daryl Morey, pick up your phone, buddy. No time for Sunday naps, Daryl. No time for Sunday naps, Daryl. It's happening. Daryl, please do something. Daryl, please do something. There's no reason the Miami Heat would pick up an option on a guess. There's no reason they would pick up an option as an estimation. Oh, my gosh. It's going to happen, man. I can already see it coming, too. Daryl, please wake up. Daryl. If you guys are just tuning in, man, nothing is official yet. But the Heat picking up a $19 million option on Goran Dragic, I don't think that's just for, let's hope that he becomes available. Oh, wait, I didn't even have the – I'm sorry, man. I'm slacking right now. I'm slacking. Hold up. Let me share the screen so you guys can read this with me. Oh, my gosh. Here it is. The Heat's decision to pick up the $19.4 million option on Goran Dragic's deal is a possible precursor in utilizing him as part of a potential sign and trade with the Raptors. You don't just pick up a $19 million option for nothing, man. Check Woj's retweet. Shout out to True Vision coming in with the $2 donation. Thank you so much, True Vision. It says Hill and Shake in a sign and trade to the Bucks for Bobby Portis. Maybe. If that's what they want. Is that what the Milwaukee Bucks want? I don't know. Is that really a value to them? Let's see. This would allow Miami to act as a team over the cap and still have 9.5 mid-level plus the ability to bring back Dunk. Oh, my – I can't believe this, man. I can't – this is really going to happen, isn't it? This is the plan B for the Sixers right here. No matter what you guys want to say, oh, it's too much money. Guess what? We need a point guard. You got to wake up, Daryl. Just how the Wizards came into that whole Lakers and Kings thing. Yeah, Lakers and Kings thing. We got to step in, man. We got to step in. I'm not saying we should go overboard, but what I'm saying is we're running out of options. We're running a bit out of some options here. Shout out to my guy, Romp. Romp's in the chat. Romp, what's going on, my man? Channel member, if you guys aren't subbed to Romp, go sub him up, man. Shout out to Romp. I appreciate you, my guy. Go show him some love on his channel. He's always putting out great NBA content. We got to get him on the channel as well. He says Heat are my pick to win the East if they get Lowry. That's a good trio right there, man. Kyle Lowry picks up for some of the deficiencies of some of their other players. And as you can see here, like I said, they're gonna still utilize the 9.5 mid-level, and they're still trying to stay over that cap so they can retain that mid-level and have money to sign a shooter. They're doing it the right way. I don't think the Philadelphia 76ers are going to make a huge splash tomorrow, but what I'm hoping, again, for the fifth time, is that other guys aren't satisfied because I hope that some of these other teams, just don't come out and do enough. We're literally banking on a trade request from a star. That's what we're banking on, man. Bobby Marks knows what he's talking about, too. Let's see if we can refresh this, man. We're probably going to try to sign some minimum vets during free agency, but we'll see. That's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. Let's see. Superhero says, guys, don't worry. I'm super pumped about Tyrese's long-term potential. So am I, Superhero. So am I. But not to be a buzzkill or anything, but if we roll with Tyrese Maxey, will we be a good team? Of course we will. But I don't know if we're ready to be a championship team, man. I don't. At that point, it's almost like we shouldn't even be in line or view ourselves as being a team that needs to go all in. A lot of other people are saying we should be patient. We're too entitled and all this. Well, if we don't make a move, then that's kind of where we're at. We're just waiting for our guys essentially to come around. But, how much time do we have? That's where we're at with it, and it gets tough, man. It is. So, like I said, I could see Ben Simmons being moved. I could see Tobias being moved. I have a feeling one of those contracts will be moved. But it all comes down to Daryl Morey. It comes down to the vision of the team. So, I don't know, man. Damn, man, this sucks. If you guys are just coming in here, again, I'll show you this. This is why we're screwed, man. Because look at this right here. These three numbers. Let me zoom this in a little bit. These three numbers right here, guys. Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Joel. That's 60% of the cap right there. It makes it hard. When you have three stars or three guys being paid like stars, it's hard to maneuver around it. That's where the role players are supposed to come in, So, see what happens, man. Dang, we've been on here for an hour 20. We still got 255 in the chat. What's up, everybody? Guys, get this to 200 likes, man. We're going to be grinding out free agency all week. Let me know if you guys want me to go live any days this week for free agency. Like I said, tomorrow at 6 p.m. is when it kicks off. You're going to hear a ton of deals. We're going to be covering it all week, so be sure to be tuned in, man. True Vision coming in with another $2 donation. Thank you so much, my man. Very much appreciate it. It says Davion, Buddy, Bagley, and 2 firsts for Ben, and then flip. I don't know if the Kings are going to do that. Now, the Kings are a pretty – let me not disrespect them. The Kings are they seem like they have a lack of knowledge sometimes. Like they were getting ready to send Buddy Hield for Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell. Okay, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna trade the guy they just drafted in Davion Mitchell. I don't think they're gonna trade all of them in the same deal. I don't think teams are viewing Ben Simmons to the caliber like this, and I think that's why Daryl Morey is either trolling or he's trying to start high and come down. But he's got to return to that level of reality and find a balance. He doesn't want to go too low, but he doesn't want to stay ridiculously high. And I think that's kind of where we're at, So, but I could see the Kings going for Ben, man. I could see that. And we got It's Your Boy coming in with the $10 donation, my man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. That's some love right there, man. Thank you so much. The Sixers targets for free agency: Tony Snell. That could be a realistic possibility. Reggie Jackson. I think he earned himself a bag. Evan Fournier. I would like Fournier. Think he's going to get a little bit too much for where we're at right now. Torrey Craig, Campaign. I laugh every time I hear about Campaign. Like, that could be a guy years ago. I'm like, all right, we could get this guy for a box of biscuits and maybe some donuts, but he's going to earn himself a bag. Gary Trent and Jeff Green. So interesting people there. Sixers don't need to go after all of them, of course, maybe get 2 or 3. Yeah. We're going to have to go for some of these minimum contracts, man. We are. These are players right here where I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to maybe go for a backup center. Like I said, Corey Joseph could be an interesting piece. Get him for, kind of cheap. Torrey Craig could be a tough guy we bring in here. I don't know, man. But these are definitely some interesting names. And, we looked at – it's not a widespread free agency class. We're going to have to probably acquire a guy via trade, maybe a couple of them. But I hear you, man. I hear you. I think I would like another guard, but I don't know if we're going to wait out for a trade or what. But we should get some more insight coming soon based off what we do this week. Let me say this. If we go and we make a couple moves this week and we don't go and do anything overzealous and say Kyle Lowry signs somewhere else, we're either going to wait and bank on a huge trade or, we're going to keep in mind that we might just keep Ben Simmons and wait for something better, which is crazy, but it could happen. But yeah, it's kind of where we're at, guys. Patty Mills potentially. But it's your boy, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. What are you guys thinking, man? What do you guys think? What do we do? What do we do? We don't have a lot of space right now. I do think George Hill's going to get moved, though. Howard Neto, potential return. Romp, I agree 100%. Rick says, can you go live tomorrow at 6? Guys, let me know, should I go live tomorrow? Should I? Maybe we will. Maybe we will for free agency fiasco. Romp says, we're stuck with no flexibility. Great word. Flexibility. No flexibility because of the 2 max contracts of Tobias and Ben. I'm sick. Exactly. They're both taking up almost 20% of the cap. That's where we are. That's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. If I'm Morey, I'm trying to trade Toby this offseason to get someone or a group of players who can replace his output. That's what I'm saying. His value's at the highest it's at. I could see him going. If Tobias gets moved, I think we try to bring in a point guard and we probably keep Ben, honestly. They're both overpaid, though, and we can attribute that to the moves that have been made over the last couple years. John says Wayne Ellington would be a great signing. He really would. But is Philly his top destination? I'm hearing rumors he might go out west to L.A., one of the L.A. teams. I would take him, though. I would. Tobias is more of a cap casualty than Ben, and I hate Ben, but it's the truth. You shouldn't dedicate 21% of the cap to a 20-point-per-game scorer. I agree, Cameron. I agree. And it goes back to my point that I've been making for how long now. We panic paid Tobias Harris. Should not have happened. We got so scared that we traded our assets, which, by the way, we shouldn't have traded those assets, and we traded them for Tobias and Jimmy, and we got scared of losing both of them. And Jimmy went first, and the ownership did a terrible job, and then they overpaid for Tobias Harris. It's tough, man. Very, very tough. Very tough. But you guys want me to go live tomorrow? That would be dope. That would be dope. Rom says, why not trade both? It could happen. It could happen. But at the end of the day, where I'm at is like, I feel like if we trade both, I don't feel like we're going to get enough value back. And at that point, I kind of just view us as being a team that we're floating above water. And then at that point, you're kind of getting into a circumstance where you're thinking like, okay, Joel Embiid might actually request a trade at some point. If we were to trade Ben and Tobias and we don't get sufficient return back, you're treading over that water. If Joel's like, all right, well, what am I even doing here still? Why not go play on a contender, man? I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm just so mad that we're in this predicament, man. We could have ourselves a day. We really could. And shout out to Mr. Braggadocious coming in with a $2 donation. Thank you, Mr. Braggadocious. Very much appreciated. It says, RB, are you holding XRP? What are we alluding to here in terms of XRP? Because I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure exactly what you mean. So let me know in the chat. Thank you again for the super chat. Angel says, if Daryl was able to get rid of Horford, then he can easily trade Ben. Of course he can easily trade Ben. Of course he can easily trade Ben. That's not the point. It's about getting the value back for Ben. That'll make us a sufficient team. It's about making getting the value back that'll make us a sufficient team. Rom says, dang, are we screwed? I don't think we're screwed, but I think that I think we might eventually have to run it back with a situation we don't want to and hope for the best. Basically, we're banking on a huge player requesting out of their situation because it doesn't seem like we're going to get one of those guys in free agency. You know, this isn't a free agency. And I mean, Kawhi's probably going to go back to LA. So that's kind of what we're banking on, guys. That is what we're banking on. So we'll see. We'll see. But we're going to get some insight this week. That's all I can really say. That's all I can really say. If we stay put this week and we don't make a lot happen, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Stocks. That is what he was. That's what I thought he was talking about. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to go on a rant because that's, you know, this is a Philly sports channel. But if you want to know about my portfolio, DM me on social media. Superhero says we're not screwed. We just have to pause and recollect about what Joel is. He's a low post B center. We don't need stars around him. We need fits. True. But can that team win and go all the way? I think we need a sufficient guard on this team. I think we need a sufficient guard on this team, and we just need a guy who can create his own. Late in games, can hit the big shots. So it's tough, man. It is tough. It's tough. We need big stars. We do. We're not going to have a season like this. That's why I'm saying this last season was our best chance at winning with our roster as currently constructed. We can wait for our stars to mature if they feel like maturing. But at that point, is Joel going to be healthy enough? Are we going to have the right pieces in play by the time Ben is 28 and this? And is he going to become that player? There's just too many question marks. So if there is a guy I trust in, it's Daryl Morey to get it done, to get a move done, to find the right one, because that's what he's done in his history. But it's tough, man. We'll see. We will see. That's what the process was for, guys. That's what we were preached, the process. Do we want to wait more? We've missed on too many draft picks. That's where our problem is. We've missed on too many picks. Those are the guys we were supposed to bank on. And here we're at. Here we are now. So Mr. Braggadocious with the $2 donation. Thank you so much again, my man. Says it's crypto. I know what you're talking about. I just didn't know if you were talking about like something in terms of Philly sports or a separate question. But yeah, I definitely know about it. So thank you again, my man. He says, please look into it, all of you. There you go. But we still got 200 people in here. We're probably about to head out of here. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like and subscribe, man. We're going to be live and, covering the free agency all week. So be sure to, tune in. Philly Girl dropped the link in the chat, guys. Check out the Fire Take merch if you haven't yet. Get your Yes Sir shirt, your logo shirt. Get your mugs. Go ahead and do it, man. You already know what to do. Let's see. Romp says, Buddy and Bagley and picks for Tobias, Simmons, and Brogdon for picks. We need to get rid of the contracts. Even if we're ruining next year, it'll be worth it in the long run. And that's kind of a gamble you have to make if you feel that same way, if Daryl Morey feels that same way. Because even if we don't contend next year, what if we still have that Ben contract 2 years later? And what if he's still not shooting the ball? What if Tobias Harris? What if this was his peak last year? I mean, I still view him being around a decent third option. But again, is it worth it for $35 million? That's a decision you have to make. So we will see. We will see. Shifty says, are you streaming tomorrow? I'll decide if I'm going to stream tomorrow for free agency, but either way, it'll either be a live stream or videos if we end up signing people. We'll have to see what happens. I don't expect a lot of noise right away but I do expect a couple vets, kind of like last year, how we made some moves. We got Dwight Howard on the first day, a couple hours later. That was unexpected. I expect a couple things like that, but the league is about to shake up, guys. The league is about to shake up. I will tell you that. Things are about to get interesting. You're going to hear some unexpected things tomorrow. They're going to come out right away at 6. I'm telling you guys, be ready to refresh your Twitter like a million times. It's going to get crazy. It is going to get crazy. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out on a Sunday here for an hour and a half. It's been a lot of fun. If you guys missed it, check the entire stream out on the second time around. We talked a lot of good stuff in terms of the Sixers cap, potential targets, other things around the league, breaking news, all that good stuff. So be sure to check it out. If you guys haven't yet, hit the like. It'll push this stream out. Subscribe to the channel. I recommend joining the Fire Take Nation. Get your exclusive perks, cop some merch, do all that good stuff. And you guys have an amazing rest of your day. And tomorrow it's about to get lit, guys. It is about to get lit. So with that being said, you guys have a great one. I appreciate you all. And you guys have a good one. And I will catch you tomorrow. And follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with the madness at RB Philly Take. You can see it up there. Follow me on Instagram as well if you would like. We're going to hear a lot of updates. So you guys have a great one. I might be dropping an Eagles vid later today, Seth. I might be dropping an Eagles vid today, so be on the lookout for that. But catch you guys on the next one, man. Have a good day. Peace.